Hello and welcome to Introductory Logic, Lesson 6. This is our first lesson getting into formal logic. We've been talking about informal logic, which is terms, definitions, attributes of terms, and relationships of terms. But now we're going to be moving into formal logic. But before we can do that, we have to lay some pretty simple but very important groundwork. And we're going to be talking about statements. This is going to be a very quick lesson, but an important one. So what is a statement? A statement is a sentence that is either true or false. It has a truth value. It can either be true or false, but it has a truth value. If a sentence does not have a truth value, it cannot be said that it's true or false, then it is not a statement. There are three categories of sentences that are not statements. They don't have a truth value. The first one is a question. If it's a question, it does not have a truth value. It cannot be true or false. It's just a question. Another one is command. Commands cannot be true or false. They are just commands. The last one is nonsense. Now this one can get a little tricky because sometimes there can be a statement that actually does have a truth value. It can be true or false, but it's kind of strange, so you might think it's nonsense. But the important thing to keep in mind with nonsense is that it does not make sense at all. It's not only strange, but you don't even know what's being said. An example of nonsense would be this. The round square sweetly kicked the green yesterday. We don't have a clue what is actually happening in this sentence. We get some words, all the words we understand. We do see a verb. We see a noun in there, a square, but then it's like, it just doesn't make sense. A square can't kick anything. So we do not know what's being said. What you can't say if it's true or false. It's nonsense. It's important to understand that unusual, like I said, doesn't necessarily mean nonsense. I have two examples for this. The queen is a man. This has a truth value. And it's false. It's a weird sentence, although in today's world it's not as weird as it would have been when this book was published in 2006. So, but the queen is a man can be either true or false. It is false. So this is not nonsense. It's a statement. Here's another one. Dogs grow 2 heads when tickled. We know what this is saying. It's a weird sentence, but we know what's being said. What's being said is false. It has a truth value of false. It's a statement. So if you can see that when the first sentence that I read, the round square sweetly kicked the green, and you have no idea what's being said, that's nonsense. And the other one, especially the second one, dogs grow 2 heads when tickled, it's strange, but it's not nonsense. You know what's being said, and you can say it's true or false. So this is how you can determine, and you will be using these. Statements are used to set up a thing called syllogisms. So it's important to understand what can be used in a syllogism to test for validity. It has to be a statement. It has to have a truth value. So this is an important skill to know. And it's a simple one. But here's one last statement. Let's see if you can think of if this is nonsense or if this is a statement or not. This statement is false. Think about this. Can it be labeled true or false? And why? This is actually called the liar paradox. And this will qualify as nonsense. It cannot be known to be true or false, because think about it. This statement is false. If it were true, then it contradicts itself because it says it's false. If it's false, then it contradicts itself again because it would be true, but it says that it's false. So it's confusing, but if you really stop to think about it, you can kind of track why it's nonsense. So this would actually qualify as nonsense. And this one's tricky because at first glance, you think it can make sense. And like, oh yeah, that makes sense, and I can say it's either true or false. But then when you really stop to think about it, when you attribute, if it's true, what would happen to the statement? What does that mean for the statement? Okay. If I say that it's false, what does that mean for the statement? So when you test to see If you can say it's true or false, that's where you can see that you can't. It has no truth value, therefore it's nonsense. And that's it. A statement is a sentence that is either true or false. It has a truth value. Sentences that are not statements are questions, commands, and nonsense. And that's it for lesson 6.